Hello, today we're going to be overviewing a new resource that FWCS is offering called Pear. Pear is a great tool for creating interactive presentations for your students. It takes a PowerPoint or a Google slide presentation and makes it an engaging, active learning experience. So I'm going to show you today how to get that rolling. So I am already in my Google Drive, and I'm going to use Pear. I'll need to use Google Slides. If you aren't familiar with your Google Drive or your Google Slides, head over to our technology resource page where you can find some more videos on how to access those things. I'm going to click a presentation that I already have created. So when I open up my presentation, this looks like a standard PowerPoint, standard Google slide presentation that I would give, but I want to change this and make it interactive. Okay, when you've opened up the presentation that you want to change into a Pear learning experience, you simply go to Add-ons, select Pear. A second browser window is going to open with your Pear options. The slide library is going to give you some pre-made slides that are going to allow you to customize things that you would want students to do. So bell ringers or things like that, they have some pre-made templates in each of these categories. If you just want to add something to a slide you've already created, you can go down to Ask Students a Question and select different question type responses, such as a constructed response text question, a multiple choice, numbers, send them to a website, give them some open drawing for problem solving, or a draggable to kind of gauge learning expectations. Now, once you've created a lesson that you're ready to present, you're simply going to select Present Lesson, and we're going to show you what this looks like on a teacher view and also a student view. So when your presentation launches, it's going to ask students to go to a site called joinpd.com and give them a unique login code that they will type in. When all of your students have logged in, you can select Start Class, and now I am presenting. So what's happening on my screen is also mirrored on the student's screen. So any content you want to share or questions that you want to ask are immediately on student devices. For this first slide, it's a multiple choice question. So when students respond as the teacher, I can click Show Responses, and I can see what my students have selected. This also gives me some options such as lock screens, unlock screens, hide responses, or if I'm doing some sort of lesson where I want to suddenly ask a new question because I can tell students aren't on track, I can add a new question as I'm going along. So I have drag and drop questions, multiple choice questions, but I can also just have drawing questions where students can use tools to interact on the slides with their tools. Okay? This is great for math or written response or drawing or labeling. Anything that you would want students to write on a whiteboard, they can do within this program. After your slide is done, you can end your presentation. And one of the great things about Pear is that each time you've given a presentation, it's going to give you access to data regarding what your students did. So if I go back out, I have a Pear folder. I can select takeaways. And now I have an individual copy of each student's responses throughout the lesson. So if I want to know what one student was doing, I can select their name, and this is going to detail me what each of their responses for each of my questions were, giving me a quick assessment for that student. This was just a quick overview. If you would like to learn more, you can head over to our technology resources page. On the left-hand side, there's a Pear resource page that you can select and find some more in-depth training for how to use Pear with your students.